Hello, parents and students. Today is Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, and this is your Raising Reborns Daycare lesson of the day. So let's start with a warm-up of something that we learned yesterday. So here's the problem, and I'll give you a couple seconds to go ahead and solve it. Go ahead and pause this video. Okay, now let's go over it to see if you got the right answer. So we have 7, 3, and 10. And then we have 10, 3. What number goes here? So there's two ways to solve it. In this case, we can see the 3. We can see the 10. So we know that the number missing is 7. So we could do it that way. But what if you don't have this right here? What if you just have 10 minus 3? Just ignore the little writing here. Here, let me actually put a piece of paper down. There we go. Much better. So what if we have 10 minus 3 equals 7 and we don't see this here? The simple way to do it is to make little circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you would use a pencil and erase 3 of them. So if we take away these 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or you could count on your hands. So I can't show both my hands, obviously, because one hand is holding my device. But we would do 10, 9, 8, 7. You have 2 fingers left, so 7. Okay, let's do another one. Let's go ahead and do another one here. See if it'll let me. Okay, go ahead and pause this video if you have to. Okay, you can pause it and come back whenever you're ready. Solve this the best you can. All right, so let's move on. So here's our next problem. We have 5 plus 6 equals 11. Remember, 11 is here, 6 is here, 5 isn't. So you would write 5. But if you have 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you minused 6, so you got rid of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would cross these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how much you have left. 5. Okay, let's do one more warm-up, and then we'll move on. Okay, go ahead and pause this video. Take as much time as you need to. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. 2 plus 4 equals 6. 6 is here, 2 is here, but 4 is missing from the family. And it's the same thing as before. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 and 3 is 6. 1, 2. Cross them out, and you have 4 left. Okay, we have 4 left. So that's the answer. Okay, take some time to look over this. 7, 5, 4. Okay, now let's move on. So this is today's lessons that we're going to cover. We just did the warm-up. The next lesson is negative and positive. What they are. What's the difference between negative and positive. And then we also have word of the day, as well as letter of the day. And then we have some homework that I'm going to assign. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, oh no, homework. Well, it's a simple assignment, and it's actually not that difficult. If you need help, you can always ask your parent. And if you have siblings, great. Brothers and sisters can help you as well if they're in this class. So, let's move on. So, positive and negative. So, what is a negative? So, you have a number line. And let me show you guys here on my little number line I made. Okay. So, here's our number line. Okay, what's a negative? So negative numbers are on the left of the 0, and positive numbers are on the right side. When you count, you say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you go behind the 0, these are negatives. So negatives are -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Let me cover that up so you guys can see better. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Ooh, there we go. So we have our number line here. Now, each number on the number line, even 100, has a negative counterpart. So we have 5 and -5, -4 and 4, -3, 3, -2, 2, -1, 1, and then 0 is what we call neutral, because 0 is very special. 0 is not positive or negative. It's neutral. Okay, so let's move on in our lesson. How would I get a negative? So how would you get a negative in a problem? So here is an example. 4 minus 2 equals, and there's a number line. And then you have 2 minus 4 equals. Let's go over that. Let me grab something to cover up what we were working on. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. So how would I get a negative? Now, 4 minus 2, we can use our number line. You put a dot where you start, and then jump 2 spaces. So 1, 2, and we get 2. Same thing as if you take 4 and subtract 1, 2. You have 2 fingers left. Now, what if you have 2 minus 4? Now, that's a problem, because if you have 2 fingers, 1, 2, there's no 2 more fingers for you to take away. So if you start on a number line, and we go backwards, make our dot, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's when we would get a negative. Okay, so if you're going beyond the 0, if you're taking away more than you have, then it's a negative. But if you're taking away a number that's smaller than your beginning number, that is a positive. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so let's do this one together. Hopefully it's not too difficult for you guys. Just follow along with me. Okay, so we have 6 minus 4 equals blank. So take a minute and let's do this together. 6 minus 4 equals blank. We have 6 is where we're starting. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we are. It's 2. Okay, now this is obviously, you can see 6 and 4 are here, but maybe 2 and -2 are supposed to be here. Let's see if we're right. Make a dot on your starting point and follow along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's right. -2. So 2 and -2. Okay, an easier way to remember it is, say that you have, let's see, where can I write this? I guess I could write it right here. So say that we have 5 minus 3 equals 2, right? If we have 3 minus 5, we can know, because we know knowledge, we have basic knowledge that this is here. Fact families tells us -2. And we could double check that real quick by drawing a number line, putting 0 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, -1, -2. Let's see if we're right. Make a dot on your starting point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we were right. Okay, so now let's move on to the word of the day. Now the word of the day is senses. And senses are the 5 ways you investigate the world around you. We have taste. You could taste things when you eat. You could see things with your eyes. You can hear things with your ears. You could touch things with your hands. And you can smell things with your nose. Now, some people aren't able to see or hear, so they navigate the world by touching, by smelling, and by taste when they eat. But people who can't hear see, hopefully, and people who can't see use touch to navigate. Okay, so let's move along. The letter of the day is B. So let's do this together. So we have capital B and lowercase b. Let me get my sheet here. I'm sorry, I'm all out of organization. Okay, so let's move on. If we have big B and little b. Excuse me. So we have B. Let's trace it together real quick. Just watch me trace it. Go down, around, and around. Okay, so there's big B, capital B, and then we have lowercase b. Goes down and around. Now, it's very important that you remember not to confuse D, which we'll learn in 2 days, with B, because D is facing this way, okay? And B is facing this way. The difference is, if you look here, B is on this way. It's facing this way. And D is facing that way. So make sure you don't get these mixed up, okay? So let's cover up what we're working on. And now I'm going to show you guys this, like we did yesterday. 1, 2, 3. Grab your pencil or marker or crayon and a piece of paper in your notebook, if you have one, which it was in the syllabus when we started daycare that you needed to have a notebook. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Let me cover up down here so you guys don't get distracted, because we're just focusing on this bit, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's do it together. Ready? Pencils up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. And one more time. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, okay, so that's a capital B. Now let's do little b. Ready? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, goodness. Okay. So 1, 2. That's how we make a lowercase b. A lowercase b is like a big B, but without step 2. There's only 2 steps. See that? Okay. Let's begin. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's do it together. Ready? Pencils up. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Down, around, down, around, down, around. 1, 2. All right. So that's the letter of the day. And now we're going to go over homework for tonight. So your homework assignment is you're going to write your answers and have your parent turn it in through Class Dojo, Facebook Messenger, or email Miss Bia at the email address in the description of this video. Okay, these notes that we took today are going to be on the Facebook page. So make sure that you guys log on to that if your parent is able to. Ask your parent. And then you'll need something to write your answers on, and a random object. And by that I mean food object. So we'll go ahead and I'll open my camera here so you guys can see again. Let me just cover up this real quick. Okay. So this is your how-to. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay. So here's your how-to. You're going to write your name, your item, which is your food item. So like your snack. Are you using a chocolate bar, a potato chip, a pretzel? Write that there. Or even a drink. If you're using like a sippy cup full of fruit punch, something like that. What does it taste like? Is it sweet, salty, or sour? What does it smell like? Does it smell sweet, salty, sour? What do you think? Or does it smell good or bad? So for smell, just write good or bad for smell. Okay? Can you hear it? So with a food item, you can't really hear it. But if you can hear it when you chew it, if it's crunchy, if it's soft, okay? C, what does it look like? What color is it? What do you see when you look at it? And then feel, is it smooth, rough, bumpy, grainy? Let me show you my example. So in my example, I used a pretzel, and a pretzel tastes salty. It smells good. I hear nothing because it's a pretzel, but it makes a crunch noise when I eat it and a snap noise when I break it. And I see that it's brown, twisty, and has white salt. And I feel it's bumpy from the salt. So, if you guys want to just take a screenshot of that to show your parents or have your parents screenshot it. And then I also wanted to show you guys this right here is the rules, okay? These are the rules. If a family of siblings is in class, so like Trinity's family, Arlo's family, and Kaysen and Annalise, if you guys want to work together, just have a parent or you guys write, for example, Augie and Toby White. So like Kaysen and Annalise and your last name. Or Tiffany, Amber, Lucy, Susie, Peppa, Martin. Like all of the family members' names. So like Trinity, Frida, whatever your siblings' names are. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And this is everything that we learned today. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to get all of your homework assignments. And remember, this is how you submit your answers to the homework. Bye, everyone.